And so this leads me to one of the other problems of EIS procedure, and that is that every project is considered isolated from all others. And one of the things that we are concerned about is the problem of cumulative effects, so that any one project may not have a series of effects, but if you add them up over a period of time, you wind up perhaps with very serious effects.
More often than not, if we talk about the broader issue of sustainable development, and I think you can say very clearly that environmental impacts do little at present to contribute to sustainable development. There's small isolated cases that fit into a whole picture.
Chiefly, my interest at the moment has been the low levels of air quality in the western region of Sydney, the high levels of ozone, the photochemical smog, and those areas are currently experiencing up to 2.5 times the World Health Organization levels of photochemical smog, or ozone, and 75% of those problems are being caused by road-based transport. High levels of air pollution aren't being created there. They're being created on the eastern seaboard and being blown inland, and they're trapped there by the mountains. Well, I think it's acknowledged that cars are a major contributor to the greenhouse effect, cars and trucks, road-based transport generally.
See, the other side to it is that if you increase capacity, you've got to then have a system, particularly in the central business district, which is going to be able to absorb additional cars. What that really means is that you've got to have more streets in the city, more space for cars in the city, simply to absorb a higher number of cars.
Well, the Sydney Harbour Tunnel will bring slightly more in the city, and we don't see that as a problem at all.
It didn't actually fit with a whole range of other government policies. It wasn't really related to issues of metropolitan growth. It wasn't related to really the crisis points where we need to invest money in roads. I mean, there are many parts of the metropolitan area where we have major congestion and nothing is being done about it. All the major congestion points are out in the west. They're not in the inner city area at all.
The question that should have been asked at the beginning, when any major investment like a tunnel, whatever, is being considered, is what are our priorities from an overall planning and strategic land use transport point of view? That question was never asked in the context of this tunnel.
The RTA's transport policy, it's really a twofold policy, and that's to manage the road system that we have, to improve it, and the other is to develop the network of roads itself. Now, the Sydney Harbour Tunnel falls, of course, into the improvement in the network itself.